Hey, it's Eleanor Beaton, and today I'm going to teach you one simple move you can make to instantly boost your credibility when you're communicating. You've probably heard that about 90% of all communication comes down to body language or nonverbal communication. So when I say nonverbal communication, I'm really talking about three things. Number one is actually our body language, our gestures, how we're standing, our posture, and so on. The second part of that is really our facial expressions, how we are using our face to support what's coming out of our mouth. And then the third part of that is tone. What's the tone of our voice? Do we sound happy? Do we sound really monotone? How are we using our voice to support what's coming out of our mouth? So today, really, I'm going to be focusing on that third part, how we use our voice to support what's coming out of our mouth. So I think I want to start today really by defining what I mean by excellent communication. To me, excellent communication is speaking your truth and saying what you mean and delivering that with total confidence and authenticity. That, to me, is excellent communication. It's speaking your truth, saying what you mean, and delivering that with total confidence and authenticity. That's the goal, and when I take people through my communication course, that's what I'm always trying to get them toward, and that's what I'm always working on in myself as well. So, one of the things that I find when I am coaching people around communication is that they may be delivering the most earth-shattering, wise, brilliant, caring thoughts, concepts, and stories, but sometimes their body language actually betrays a lack of confidence. So in the sort of mind and heart of the listener, when you have, brilliant, fantastic ideas and stories, but delivered with a lack of confidence, what you actually experience is a disconnect. So what I try to do is to bring those two things together. So you have, excellent content, stories, and that sort of verbal message is really strong, and that is delivered and supported by excellent body language, so that you're bringing a really great energy to your speaking. One of the things that I've noticed, a really terrible little habit that I want to help you eradicate today, is the dreaded uptick of death. It's also known as just the uptick, but I'm going to call it the dreaded uptick of death, because really when used repeatedly, it begins to spell out the death of your credibility as a speaker anyway. So whether you are speaking one-on-one to somebody, to a group of people around a table, or to 50 or 100 or 1,000 people in the audience, let's try from this point forward to eliminate the dreaded uptick of death from our speech. So the uptick is simply elevating the tone at the end of your sentence so that what could be delivered or what should be delivered as a statement is actually being delivered as a question. So here's an example. I went to school today. Confidently delivered statement. I went to school today. There's the uptick. I'm going to teach you a very useful skill this morning. Confidently delivered statement. I'm going to teach you a really useful skill this morning. Uptick of death. So what you want to do is to notice when you're using the uptick of death and begin replacing it with a more confidently delivered statement. So really taking that question out of your voice unless you're actually asking a question. There's lots of reasons why we use the dreaded uptick of death, and I think for many of us it's simply a nervous habit. And it can be sort of an ingrained habit of a lack of confidence when it comes to delivering our ideas, rather than total confidence in putting our ideas out there in a confident way. So good luck to you in avoiding the uptick of death. Really, it comes down to noticing when you use it and then eliminating it the next time. So catching yourself, oh, I've just used the uptick, I've just used the dreaded uptick of death, and then really replacing it with a more confidently delivered statement. And over time, as you begin to practice this, you'll notice that you won't just sound more confident when you're speaking, you will actually become more confident when you're speaking. So very simple tip. I hope you found it useful. Visit eleanorbeaton.com for lots more great training about communication, and I'll see you next time.